Hello YouTube, this is Jose Sport Talk, and I just want to make another quick video of some transfer news of FC Barcelona. I know there's some rumors that Ivan Perisic might come to Barcelona, or that he has formally offered himself to Barcelona. Uh, my thoughts are that maybe if this was like 5, 6 years ago, this would have been an insane transfer, like crazy transfer. But it's a little too late. Honestly, that even though he's right now, I don't even know what team he plays for, but I know he still plays, and he's a player that's really taking care of himself. I think he's around the age of Lewandowski, so he's pretty up there in age. Um, I think that we could bring him in as a sub, obviously not as a starter, nowhere near. He's not taking Rafinha's spot. He's not taking Lamine, nowhere near taking Lamine Yamal's spot. But honestly, I think he'll be a good sub. I think he'll be a good sub for either one, Lamine Yamal or Rafinha. I think they need it. I think we got lucky this season. I think we got really lucky because I think if we had lost Rafinha or Lamine Yamal during the season, especially during that week where we had Copa del Rey, La Liga, Champions League, and all these crazy games, where we were fighting basically for every single trophy, and we would have lost one of them, we would have been done. So if Barca can't sign someone, and it is what it is. This is all we can get. I mean, go for it, take the chance, or go for Rashford. Rashford's offering himself, almost basically begging to come to Barca, commenting on Lamine Yamal's post, liking Barca's post, and he's basically begging to come to Barca. So why not? Make a deal with him. Cut his. Make it so where, you know Barca has the upper hand right now with Rashford. Rashford wants to come. He doesn't want to go to. He's going to go to United. He wants to go somewhere else. He doesn't want to go back. But he has these high wages. So there has to be some sort of like deal where United has to pay at least half or most of his wages so they can get rid of him. And I think but I think the signing like of Luis Diaz, where he's like, if I'm not mistaken, 85 million euros, I think is insane. For a player that's the same age as Rafinha, 28. You're getting Luis Diaz at his peak, and you're not gonna get a return from Luis Diaz after this. 85 million. He better like do really good as soon as he gets to Barca. There's no 1 year of adaptation or 2 years of adaptation or a couple months of adaptation. You're 85 million. You got to play right now, right? And you got to be a starter. So that's another thing. If Luis Diaz comes in for 85 million, he has to start over Rafinha. Even whatever Rafinha costs, you can't have a player that costs 85 million sitting on the bench coming in as a sub. You know, um, the best option for me is Nico Williams, 45 million. He's young. He has a lot to learn still. He's like 21, 22 right now at the moment, and he could give Barcelona a lot, and he could give Barcelona money when he leaves. 45 million. You could sell him. After you win a couple trophy, a couple of ligas, couple, maybe even gets to the Champions League, you could sell him for like 65, 85 million. So that seems like the smart thing to do, and he plays good for Spain. He has this great connection with the players from Barcelona, like Gavi, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, Cubarsí. All these players. He knows them. He plays with them in Spain, and they've won together, and you can see the chemistry. So I just don't get why Barcelona is putting themselves in this high horse where they're like, oh, he rejected us last year, so he can't come to Barcelona this year. And he's 45 million euros. He has great chemistry with all these players from Barcelona. It's proven. It's shown. He's won the Euros with Spain. He's won the Nations League with Spain. Um, you know, and and he's cheap. He's not crazy expensive. You don't have to sell off a player like Gavi or Fermin just to make a signing of like Luis Diaz. For 85 million euros. That's not. It's crazy for a guy that's like 28, 29. That's insane. It doesn't make sense. Um, so, in my opinion, Perisic as a sub to come in, to give rest to Rafinha and Lamine Yamal would be awesome. Um, Rashford, I think, is also a good option as a loan. He does have this tendency to slack off. I'm a United fan as well, so I've seen him play. And I know he thinks the problem is United, but I think the problem is also in himself. I think that people hyped him up too much when he was younger. That he was going to be the next Ronaldo. He was taking free kicks trying to look like Ronaldo, and it turns out he's not him. So I think that he's a player that might start off good with a lot of motivation at Barcelona, but he's a player that doesn't trap back. For the way Hansi Flick likes to play with a lot of pressure, he's a player that really dislikes to track back. I haven't seen him in his previous loan this past season, but I know at Manchester United he was really lazy. But I do know that on one-on-ones or 1v2s, Rashford is way better than Rafinha and faster. I think he's faster than Rafinha. He is pretty injury prone though, and Nico Williams. I think that should be the main option we should go for Barcelona. 45 million euros. He's like 22, 21. He has chemistry with the Barca team. He plays for the national team. He plays with these players. He will be playing with these players. In the team and outside of the team, just building chemistry and getting better and getting better. So I don't know. Luis Diaz is crazy to me. 28, 29 years old, 85 million euros. You're not going to get anything back for him. He's right now you're buying him at his peak. The same age as Rafinha. So it's not like, once Rafinha leaves, Luis Diaz takes his spot, because he's going to also be on his way out because they're the same age. I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I mean, honestly, like I said, Nico should be the way to go. It just doesn't make sense. It's not about your how you feel, your personal feelings. Laporta and Deco, how they feel that basically Nico Williams kicked them to the curb and stayed at Atletico Madrid one more season when they could barely even register Dani Olmo. So it doesn't make sense why they feel this way. They could barely register Dani Olmo. So imagine if they had bought Dani Olmo and Nico Williams, they would have not been able to register neither of them. So, I mean, I think they should put feelings aside, put pride aside, and go for Nico Williams or get a loan. We're doing good. Even if we don't win anything this upcoming season, don't spend the money you don't have trying to get a player that probably won't, that's older, that probably maybe won't even fit with the Barca team. Obviously, I saw the game against Colombia versus Argentina and that golazo that Luis Diaz made, and it hypes you up, and you're like, oh my God, if Luis Diaz comes, he'll do this at Barcelona. But who knows, right? Who knows what he'll do? But anyways, those are my thoughts and my opinions on the transfer rumors of Nico Williams, Ivan Perisic, Rashford, and Nico Williams. And just give me your thoughts in the comments, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again at Jose Sports Talk.